Oh, what does that mean philosophically? How does this fit under the full Schopenhauer ideology of what makes man, or Kierkegaard? It is full of whimsy. I'm very whimsical.
Don't forget about Bigfoot.
Well, no, Bigfoot is an alien. And so a lot of people don't know that.
That makes sense.
He is an alien from the inner core of the earth and the undersphere. And we have gone off the tangent. Here we keep going.
We've gone off the deep end again. No, it's great. All right, welcome back to the podcast. We have a lovely new guest on here, Mr. Tobin.
What's up?
He's what do we call you? Professional blacksmith, Mexican Santa.
Number one, Mexican Santa. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, blacksmith, Mexican Santa, overall awesome, incredible man.
There you go.
I like it.
I like it, man.
Stick with all of that.
But yes, this is Mr. Tobin Nieto from, you've probably seen him on Forged in Fire, Season 2, Episode 8, right?
Yeah,
So I
Season
got
2,
that
Episode
right.
8. And also Beat the Judges, Season 1, Episode 3.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
This shows you how much I keep up with that.
Yeah, no, I was on there twice.
Heck yeah.
I don't tell people about that one because I lost.
Oh.
I lost that one. Won the first one,
Yeah,
so I
but
tell everybody.
You're going against the judges. That's not a mark against you.
No, but it's
Yeah.
still embarrassing.
You know.
Well, no, yeah, because you got to go back and watch that episode because that's the episode where everybody thought I had a heart attack.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you the full
we'll talk
story.
about that in a second. But
do your intro. Come on, get the intro.
No.
Let's go.
But yeah, winner of Season 2, Episode 8, and been a blacksmith for freaking
24 years.
dang, man.
Yeah.
That's
Long time.
crazy.
Long enough to realize I should have changed careers. No, never become a blacksmith, kids.
I tried it. It didn't work out.
It doesn't, no.
No. You have fun, but that's about it. Yep. But yeah, man, thank you for having us out here. We've
No
been
problem.
chit-chatting.
What is this again?
Getting ready.
I
Yeah. What is it?
I know what it is.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't get on the internets at all, so
It's better that way.
I don't. I don't do that stuff.
Less stress. But yeah.
Oh, that's a lie. I spend way too much time online. It's terrible. Oh.
Ugh. But yeah, I met Tobin I was going back 2021.
Was it? I thought it was 2019.
I started doing blacksmith stuff in 2020.
Okay.
And then I had a buddy from Bernie who brought me out to one of the open forge nights in 2021.
Wow. Okay.
And that was kind of my introduction to you, Alex. I don't remember who else was there.
Yeah,
We had-
James.
Probably.
I think James was there. Yeah, it was one of the nights where we were all still here.
Yeah.
You know, so it was James, who'd also been on Forged in Fire, Alex, who was on Forged in Fire. It might have been, oh no, it was the open house that you came to in 2021. That's what it was.
Was that what it was?
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to remember, because I thought you'd messaged me sometime back in like 2020.
I might have.
And I'm always really bad about answering messages.
That's all good.
But it probably was the open house because we had John Thunard here, who's also been on the show. Matthew Coda, he was on the show as well. Paul Leal, he was on the show. So in this little area, right, we've had about 20 people that have been on Forged in Fire. And of those 20, only me, Alex, and James are the ones that have won. So three winners in the area.
That's not bad, though.
So
20 people on the show?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I think of those 20, 15 of them made it to the final round. Woo. So they did pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome, man. I didn't realize we had that much of a concentration.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you've got Liam, who's out in Adkins. You've got Chris up in Austin. James Hughes up in Buda.
Yep.
You know, so everybody's kind of everywhere. Oh, we've even got I can't remember his name, but there's some guy out in Spring Branch, too.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
I met him like a year ago here.
Yeah. Was it 310 Forge or something like that?
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
He was on the later season, right? After like season 7, I don't. There's too many people at
I have
this
a
point.
love-hate relationship with Forged in Fire.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the love-hate relationship?
I like it for the fact that it's like gotten people into the craft and gotten them excited about doing it and everything. And I hate it because I just despise reality TV.
I understand that.
Yes.
That's good. That's the same reason James Helm did not go on the show for season 1, because they invited him on season 1.
Oh.
And he was like, I hate reality TV. It's nothing but Orange County chopper and people arguing and fighting and all this stuff. And I don't want to deal with that crap. and so he didn't want to go on the show. Now he doesn't sound like that. He sounds more Texas drawl.
That's true.
Yes, you know. You met James. You know. And
the giant.
The Amish man. Yes. He hates that. I'm gonna make him watch this just for that.
Oh, there we go.
You know.
Yep.
He is. He's Dwight's brother from The Office. If you've ever. He's Moses.
You know what? I hadn't thought about it until just now, but I can totally see that.
He's gonna hate that I mentioned
Fucked up, but that's true.
It's hilarious. You're gonna get so mad. Well, I only say that. What are you talking about?
I'm not like that. But, hey man, well, we've been talking a little bit about what we're gonna chit chat about. And we'll go into it quickly so we can get that part out of the way. But just talk about like being on Forge and Fire, and I know that's probably what everybody talks with you about, but
a lot of the time, yeah. It's kind of interesting because I can tell when, you know, there's a little lull that happens, right? Nobody asks me any questions or anything, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, I just saw your episode. That's like, oh okay, it's been on TV again, or it's popped up, or like even just yesterday, Doug had posted a highlight from my episode. And that was it. Like, you know, boom, check Instagram, 20, 30 new followers and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, I know the episode's out there again. Because the full episode itself had been on YouTube at this point. Okay, so back up a little bit. That episode we actually filmed back in 2015. And so it didn't air until 2016. And somebody had told me about a year ago it was gone from YouTube.
Oh, dang.
So the highlights were still there, but the entire episode wasn't there anymore. And that kind of coincides with, I don't know if you know this or not, but the show's over. Right? Like officially it's done. So, you know, I think what's happening now is just, you know, it's always the business side of production stuff. So pieces of it are getting sold here. Some seasons belong to this company. Other seasons belong to that company. And
I know it was on Netflix for a little while.
Yeah. I think the first 4 seasons are still there.
Okay.
And then after that, the rest is on Hulu now.
Gotcha.
So I have no idea. And somebody said if you have a Samsung TV, you can watch all the episodes. I don't know how true that is because I don't have Samsung or anything, but, you know, I'm like, well, that's neat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm old enough where when the show came on, there was still Spike TV. Do you remember Spike TV?
Very vaguely.
I was gonna say you were pretty young, probably at that point.
It's there, but it's like just bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, that's when they used to have like Deadliest Warrior, and that's where a lot of people.
I loved that show.
That's where people remember David Baker from, because he did the swords and the weapons for that show too. So that
was such a good show.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so bad, but so great.
Yep.
I remember being like 14 and thinking, this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen. I want to see ninjas and Spartans kill each other.
Oh, we're going to see vampires and Aztecs fight, or what is it, zombie versus vampires?
Oh,
I love that crap.
Dude, that was so good. I'd forgotten all about Deadliest Warrior till just now.
No, see, well, that's the only, because Spike TV, right? That was the TV channel for your inner 14-year-old.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So you had freaking Deadliest Warrior, and then you had MXR Plays, which was they overdubbed that Japanese Takeshi Castle show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and had Gila Douche, and, you know, Get It On, and all that stuff. And so stupid. That's the only, but that was the only thing you would watch.
Yeah.
Deadliest Warrior and freaking Takeshi Castle.
That was all you needed.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
It's a freaking 14-year-old boy, my inner 14-year-old boy. That's all I needed.
That's awesome. But
Forged in Fire, right?
Yes.
So that is what a lot of people come up to me about. Like, they recognize me from that. And yesterday, I posted that highlight from being on the show. And there's a recurring joke that always happens when any of my episodes pop up. There's another maker by the name of Matthew Parkinson up in Connecticut.
Yep.
Right? Dragon's Breath Forge. Right? And we get mistaken. Somebody yesterday said, Parkinson, like they just highlighted his name on Facebook. And he commented, that's not me, that's Toby. And he gets really upset when people mistake me for him, because it's fun. I met him at Blade Show, I think back in like 2018.
Yeah.
Got a picture with him reluctantly, and we look alike. We look like we definitely could be brothers.
Right.
You know, but he's about 4 inches taller than I am. He's a big dude, right? He's bigger than I am, but he still gets so upset about all of
awesome.
that. He just, And I just had to laugh. I just got commented. I was like, I know.
That's fantastic.
It's like, dude, relax. It's
Just
okay.
gotta take it in stride.
People think you're me. I'm just saying that's a compliment. So,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's awesome.
No, but
That's fantastic.
so, people see the episode. They ask me questions. I get comments every now and then. I go back and check because, like I said, I'm really bad about checking messages, and I'd finally cleaned out all of my Facebook Messenger and everything. There was people commenting, like back in. I got messages still in there from 2018, 2019, and then a few from last week. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
I just missed these.
I'm like, okay. And I go back and I comment, I answer, because I feel bad. Dude, I didn't.
You're better than me. I'm just like, delete. It was never there.
Oh, no. See, I can't do that. It's that thing of like, if you took the time to message me, even if it was only while you were watching the show, I feel like I'm gonna respond.
That's fair.
You took time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take time. Even if it's just to say thank you, I'm gonna do it. And so that's the way it is, and that's the way it has been now for like the past, because it's been 10 years.
Right.
All right. April was the 10-year anniversary of that episode.
That's crazy.
And it just still freaks me out watching it, seeing that my hair. Number one, I still had a lot more hair. Number two, it was black. The beard was still black. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I was like, oh, this is not the Tobin I know.
No.
This is weird.
It was very, even for me, I'm watching it like,
Yeah.
damn, that guy's an idiot. Look at him. A moron with dreams and whatnot. How dare he?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Well, I wanted to get in a little bit. You said you've been doing blacksmithing and forging and everything for 24 years.
Yeah,
What got
2002.
you like, dude, I was born in 02.
Oh, you're
So-
a child.
Yeah,
Such a child.
You've been doing it as long as I've been alive.
Oh my gosh.
Just make you feel old there.
Yeah, it makes me feel so
But-
old.
What got you into it, man? Like, what was the original thing?
What was the catalyst?
Exactly.
So it's funny. So I have this tendency, and I still do it now. I always, as they call it, I would always go down rabbit holes, right? Of just kind of seeing something that interested me, or seeing something that I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I would just kind of go down that rabbit hole. Well, what happened was, do you remember the movie The Hunted? With
oh my gosh, K from Men in Black.
yes, Tommy
Yes.
Lee Jones.
Yes.
Tommy Lee Jones,
I love that
Benicio del
movie.
Toro. Right. Okay. So there's, he's got the big tracker knife, and everybody loves that thing, right? Well, if you remember in that movie, like right at the very end when they're about to go head to head, he stops down by the river to forge his own knife from a piece of leaf spring that he found and all that kind of stuff. That moment when I first saw it, so this would have been, fall 2022 is when I started doing the research and everything to get into it. When I actually started hitting steel was like right in the spring of 2023, right? But that movie, when I saw it, I hated that scene because I thought it was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen, right? Because it just totally took me out of it. It's like, well, you can't do that. You can't make a knife like that. That's not how you make knives. I had this romantic image in my head of how you're supposed to make knives and everything, and I thought it was stupid. And I thought it was so stupid. I was like, I'm gonna find out how stupid this really is.
Right.
So start looking
Prove
up.
them wrong.
Start looking up all this information. So this was like 2002, right? There was no YouTube. There was barely MySpace. Like MySpace wasn't a thing. There was nothing except different forums and groups, and GeoCities was still a thing. I know that's before your time.
Yeah.
You're
no idea.
it's back in the days when the internet came on a CD. I don't know if you've ever heard these tall tales.
I have
Jimmy.
not. No. No.
You used to be able to get America Online on a CD disc that you'd put on your, all this crap. And then
Facebook DVD.
You'd get it on there, and then you'd be on the internet too long in 1997, and then all of a sudden you have a phone bill for $800. Moments like that. Good times. Got in trouble a lot. I heard about a lot of people that still owe money.
Oh God.
Rough times.
That's rough.
So this was back in those days, and so Google search, all these different search engines and everything back at the time. So I'm looking things up, see what I can find. I come across a page called The Shade Tree Mechanic. And it was just a guy, exactly that, in his backyard trying to make a knife. Right, just kind of going through the process and everything.
Right.
And in his particular page that he had, he mentioned a group called the Neo-Tribal Metalsmiths. And it was a couple of guys out of Arizona who I came to know later as Taigu and Tim Lively, who are the godfathers of the Neo-Tribal movement in knife making, right? So it was basically, they decided back in the early 90s that they didn't want to do things the conventional way, the American Bladesmith Society kind of way.
Right.
They wanted to know if they could do this all by hand. No power tools, no nothing. So they went back to draw filing, using files, sandpaper, hand crank blowers and forges, no electricity, right? And that's what they did. They kind of started that movement, and it got around over in the in Arizona, because Ty lives kind of close to the Sonoran Desert, all that stuff, and and then a couple of other guys joined. Gib Gwaynard, who passed away from about 10 years ago at this point, and another guy, Ray Richard, who still pops up on my Facebook all the time, and now I'm actually pretty good buddies with Taigu as well, and he's still kind of my mentor, but all we talk about is music now. We don't even talk knives or anything. But those were the guys that were showing that the process could be done in that little amount of time.
Yeah.
And I followed them, found out where they were posting stuff. There used to be Paleo Planet was an old message board, right, that they would post to. So start asking questions, start figuring things out, and I'm going to give this a try. Let's see what happens. And that was a mistake.
It sucked you in.
It sucks you, and that it's the same thing I tell people and I teach people now, is that when you forge, there's only two things that happen post forging. You either never do it again, or you figure out ways to set up a forge where you can hide it from your neighbors, or you hide it from your wife or whatever, so that way you're not making too much noise, but you still want to do this, right? Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
the
eternal struggle.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what happened. So when this was happening to me, I was living in an apartment at the time, right? So on the 3rd floor balcony, I built my first little setup, and I was forging out there. Thankfully, I was only for a couple of months. After that, we moved. We moved to a house across 410, right?
Right.
Because I was living on Fredericksburg in San Antonio at the time. And after that, that was it. I kind of built another forge and just went from there and started learning more and more. But same thing, I didn't actually get a grinder or a real anvil until after I won Forged in Fire. So I'd been doing this for almost the first 4 years or so. I did this same thing, no electricity. Right. And then after that, I was like, oh, I got an angle grinder at that point. And I thought I was shit. I was like, I got an angle grinder. I can really make stuff now.
We can do it all.
I can do it all. It's awesome. So that's what I did. And so
that's awesome.
It's kind of the same attitude I have now.
Yeah. No, I think that's at least that's how I got started, and everybody I know that got started was, you start off, you're like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
How can I do this on the cheapest and easiest way possible?
Exactly. How can I not spend money doing this?
Exactly. I started doing it because I was a big collector, and I liked knives, and I was spending $300 every couple of months buying a new knife. And I was like, this is bullshit. I can do this way cheaper. And I bought my own little I had one of the freaking little propane torches, and I bought 2 little
the fire bricks,
hollowed each half out so I could stick the torch in there.
Oh, I remember those.
Yep. Started doing that. Got a little crappy Harbor Freight anvil and an angle grinder. I was like, I'm a professional now. I can do this full time. Started doing markets right after that, and I see my stuff now. I was like, this is fucking terrible. This is the first knife I ever made, and it is.
Is it really?
Junk. Yeah.
Let me see.
This is an old shovel blade. Is the blade, and then I don't even know what that handle is made out of.
Dang.
and I heat treated it with a torch and a bucket of water. And it doesn't hold an edge, but it was the first one I ever did, and it sits on a shelf. And I look at it every day and go, I'm not going to do that anymore.
I tell you what, I still wish I had my first knife, because it was way horrible, more so than this.
Most guys I know have just like thrown it away or got lost and moved or something.
Exactly.
And they're like, man, I'm kind of glad I don't have it, but I kind of wish I had kept it just for
I
the
put
sake
it in
of
a place of honor, like right here. I want people to see, look, no matter what you do, at least you're doing it.
Exactly.
You know?
Everybody starts somewhere, man.
You have to.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that you are doing it, you know, and this was a conversation I was having with a friend of mine the other night. You know, we're both the same age. She's 49, I'm 50. And seeing your generation, a little bit younger, have that stutter to start, right? Like sometimes everybody holds back a little bit because they're not really sure.
Right.
And for us, it was that, you know, we're that generation, we're Gen X, right? And it's like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to freaking do it. And you just did it. You didn't wait for approval. You didn't wait for anything else. It's like, I want it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And that's what you do. And it's kind of creeping back. I'm seeing it come back a little bit more. And I'm liking that. You know, I've had 12, 13, 14-year-old kids come through here doing classes and everything. And they're fired up about wanting to make stuff.
Oh,
and
dude,
like,
that's the best time to start doing it.
Exactly. You're young. You can still, your parents can pay for the stuff.
Exactly.
You don't have to put out your own money yet. You know, that's the hard part of putting out your own money.
Right. Do I eat or do I buy more grinding belts?
I could use some more steel.
Yes.
It's always the everlasting struggle of being a maker in general. That's every maker, right? Because last year I spent a lot of time with like different painters and potters. And
yes. Didn't they start doing, what was it, the San Antonio River project or something?
Yeah, the shop and everything, we're part of the River Arts District now.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And I like them because the way that they founded that was on this particular side of town, the Southeast San Antonio, right? It's not like what you think of, we're going to a gallery show or it's an artist type of thing. The level of pretension of artists is not that high, right? It's more about we're craftsmen, we make things, right? And that's the motto of the River Arts District, where Puro San Antonio is made, right? And that's the thing. Like you have me here. There is a guy who's doing jewelry and glass blowing up the street.
Yep.
There's a printer. Screen printer right back here. They're making posters and T-shirts and all that. Behind where a coffee shop is there, you've got the clay department. You've got Caliente Hot Glass. You've got Briva Creative, which is a makerspace.
Yep.
All these different places where it's actually inviting people to do hands-on stuff, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's not just, I'm an artist, look at my art. I taped the banana to the wall. Pay me $1 million. Look how amazing I am. It's not that quick, you know?
No, everybody I've met from there has been fantastic.
Yeah.
They're just good people.
Yeah.
And they do some cool stuff.
You know, they just want to do stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? You want to do stuff. And we have Bond's Rock Bar across the street now. So
is that what that is? I was
Yeah.
looking at those murals and everything when we pulled up. I guess that started recently.
yeah, so Bond's itself has been in San Antonio since the 90s, right? And they used to, before they got here, they used to be on a place over on Soledad Street, right? It was a 2-story bar.
Right.
And I saw cattle decapitation back there in 2015, 2015. Yeah. And
excuse me.
they whatchamacallit. So they always put on. They had a nice place, had a nice bar. I was talking to the owner, and they were saying just it got to be too expensive.
Yeah.
And so they found this over here. They bought it. They own basically a quarter of the block.
Dang.
Right?
Just that whole section over there.
Just that whole section. There's more parking behind those little gazebos back there.
Okay.
And last night there was actually a concert here. There was like 3 bands. And it was a benefit show.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so they were playing. I had people parked out here too in front of my shop and everything. And I told them I'm okay with it. Just I don't want anybody parking up front here.
Yeah.
So they're really good, you know. And I'm doing an open forge, no, not open forge, First Friday, July 3rd. We're doing that here at the shop. I talked to them, I tagged them in there too. So, because I like people going over there, helping them out and everything too. They're nice people, they're great. One time I was hungry and they gave me something to eat, so, you know, good point. I was like, because they also serve food during the day, right?
Oh, there you go.
They have lunch, or they serve food from like 2 to 6 o'clock.
Nice.
You know, and I showed up a little late, and I was like, "Can I grab something to eat?" And she gave me a plate and everything. Really nice.
That's awesome.
Nah, but they're good people.
Speaking of though, that you recently made a foray into the rock world.
Yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, I'll talk all about that.
All right, let's hear it. Because I'm very disappointed. I wanted to come out to your show and I could not make it happen.
Yeah, no problem. No, so I have been a musician. So before the passion of blacksmithing, right, and wanting to be a teacher and a maker and all that stuff, I was a musician, and I started playing probably when I was about 12 years old. All right, I got into it. Wanted to be a guitar, rock god, all that sort of stuff. See, because I was 12, that was 1988, right? And at that time, I was really into, you know, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer, the Big Four,
right.
Sepultura, Creator, all that stuff, and Faith No More, and all the bands from the time. And I wanted to be a guitar player, so I wanted to try to learn how to play guitar. But then I realized I really sucked at playing guitar. And so I kept at it for a couple of years, just trying to figure it out. But I am primarily a bass player.
Okay.
So I learned how, I picked up the bass when I was 15. And that's still pretty much my primary instrument.
Right.
So I'm a bass player. I played through high school. Actually, the band that I was in when we were performing here, in April, the guitar player from that band, we've been friends since we were 5 years old.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we've known each other forever, and we were we made a band in high school.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the one who, he called me up, or he came by last year. I was having an open forge event again, right? And he came on by, I believe in February of last year, and he was like, "Hey, I'm starting to play again. Do you want to come and play and hang out and play?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And of course, you know, life gets in the way, and we hadn't been able to practice. But he joined the band, and he was like, "Hey, we need a bass player. You want to play?" I was like, "Sure."
Yeah, why not?
So I went, joined, played in that band for a little while. You know, we were kind of going in different directions at the time. Always the musical joke, right? Yeah, there was a, what is it? Irreconcilable differences between me and the singer. But no, it's Scotty. And Scotty's a friend now, right? It just at the time.
Does Scotty know?
See, I wanted to do a cover of that song, and I was like, he's gonna get mad, isn't he?
Oh,
he doesn't like that song.
That's unfortunate.
It's like, Scotty doesn't know. Like, we have to do this. No, okay, fine.
That's yeah, you got to do that.
No, but he's a good guy. We're friends now and everything. And at the event here, he was taking pictures, and he's a really good videographer and photographer too. So he was doing a lot of cool stuff.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, just kind of like what we saw in the band,
right?
And it was his band, and I understand that, right? It was just kind of say, okay, cool. It wasn't that thing anymore, and I think that's why I liked being in the band at this age instead of when I was younger. You know, you're younger. Tensions flare up. You got freaking more stupid testosterone running through your body and everything. You're really just like pissed off. And it's like, fuck you, man, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, it wasn't any of that. It was like, dude, just all right, I get it. We're not gonna be able to work together.
Yep.
You know. So
no hard feelings.
Nothing at all.
No.
You know, and I promote him, and the band that he's in now, they played the show that I had here.
That's awesome.
You know, because I was like, dude, you know, because I respect what he's trying to do. He's a cool dude. I understand the passion and the drive that he has to want to accomplish something, and I get that. But you know, that was the thing. It's like, you know, the way I write music, the way I play music is a little bit different than what he's looking for. I was like, I understand. I'm not, you know, not gonna be mad about it. But if you need help, I'll help you out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's a cool dude. So we did that. So the music thing has always been something there.
Yeah.
It's never gone away. You know, even even when my ex-wife tried to make it go away. It never goes away.
Never went away.
Nope, can't do it. You can sell all my stuff, but I'm not gonna stop. You know.
All right, I think we gotta take a little break here. Yeah.
Okay.
The camera only goes for like 30 or 29 minutes.
Okay.
We have to reset everything. Awesome. We rolling again? Perfect. Well, you want to keep talking about the music stuff, or should we?
Oh no, I can lead everything back together. You know.
Yeah, there we go. Weave it all.
Weave it all back together.
Yeah.
No, so the music thing was something that never left me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was I always wanted to play, but I never had like the aspiration of I'm gonna become a professional at it and do all this kind of stuff. It was never that. It was always a means of, and I guess it's kind of going back to the knife making thing as well, and being a teacher and all that. It's a means of being expressive, right?
It's an outlet.
It's an outlet, yeah. It's a way of saying, this is what I do. I make these things. I create these things, and that's kind of the big factor for me.
Yeah.
Right. I was joking with a friend of mine a couple of nights ago that I don't really see myself selling tons of knives or having like a large booming business. I don't think I'm going to be like Spyderco or Buck Knives, right? That sort of thing. I want to be the Tony Robbins of knife making. You know, I want to freaking inspire you to do shit.
That's awesome.
You know, it's like I don't care if you keep making knives or anything like that, but the overall process and the desire to make it or to make something, you can apply to everything, right? Like yesterday, we were having the class. We had a class yesterday, and I'm in here talking about the process. And everything in the process is also about, that's also what you need in life. Right? You need balance, you need patience. Sometimes you need to hit a little bit harder and then ease up. But you have to be able to discern whenever you need to hit harder and when you to ease back up. And it's the same in dealing with different types of people, right? You can't just be 100% all the time.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to read the room. You have to learn how, and that's something I think is kind of curious to see, right? And because there was always the idea of older men that would mentor younger men, right? And that's something that you don't really see too much of anymore because everybody is always very leery, and with good reason, of older men who want to mentor young boys, right? Because that's just kind of the world we live in now. But you lose something when you don't have that, because then how do you learn? And especially as men, we have a tendency of really learning by example. You know, you can't just tell me, right? I don't know if you're this way. It's like, you can't just tell me what to do. You got to show me.
You gotta give me some sort of example, reason why we're doing it this way, reason why I'm not doing it another way.
Yeah.
And then, all right, cool, but you can't just be like, all right, we're gonna do this and this and this, because otherwise I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
It's like, thanks for telling me order of operation.
Yeah.
But PEMDAS does not work in this brain.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, you got to show me. I don't get it. And that's something we've kind of lost.
Yep.
And I don't know. I feel like in being here and doing this, and maybe that's kind of why I treat this place kind of man cave-ish, is a way of just saying you can come in here and relax and not worry.
Yep.
You know? I tell everybody, I try and keep it PG-13 in here, but sometimes that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's all right. No, I love the fact that you've made this place where like anybody can come out and just ask questions, learn about the skill, even if you're not like forging or anything. Just come and hang out, see what's happening, meet cool people. And
the great thing is, we've gotten over the past couple of years a large swath of people, right? Every political, gender, and every other stripe imaginable, because it is not something to make and create something doesn't limit anything.
Yep.
You just have to do it.
Yep.
And that's something I really like. We get everybody in here. And, it's that very simple life rule And maybe it's because I've dealt a lot with like military vets, because worked a lot with military nonprofits, and it's just the simple rule of, as long as you're not an asshole, you're welcome.
Exactly.
And I think we're kind of starting to see that, that general rule come back within. Well, most online communities, right? Everybody always jokes about the lobby days of like Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff, when you would say horrible shit to everybody, right? I think the horrible shit is finally coming back, but people are realizing you don't have to, get so butthurt about it, and you can just kind of laugh it off.
You can call people retarded, and it's
exactly.
Okay.
Thank God we have retarded back.
Yeah.
I will use it properly.
That's what I'm saying.
I will use retarded properly. I'm not going to call somebody who's actually retarded.
Exactly.
But you're acting stupid and retarded. It's like the gay thing. I'm going to call you gay if you're being gay. Doesn't mean you're gay. But this is the future, damn it, which is the past, which is very confusing. But what do you do? Hey.
Oh, no. Fuck.
And we have gone off the tangent. Here we keep going.
We've gone off the deep end again. No, it's great. We're
gonna clip that. This is gonna be the highlight. Here we go.
That's perfect. No, we need all the bits we can get for the sizzle reel here.
Oh yes. Tell me what you want for the B-roll. You can do a big scan of everything. Okay. So here we go.
No, that's fantastic. But I think that's what I've loved so much about the knife making community, and especially in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Is as long as you're not retarded and an asshole.
Yeah.
You can come and hang out, and freaking. People are so excited to tell you everything you want to know, and all the stuff you never thought you'd need to know about whatever it is. And the cool part with that is, it's a creative outlet. But those guys that do it, they're also creative in so many other outlets too. And so you get exposed to all the different things just because, knife making's cool and there's fire.
Yep.
And it just goes from there.
You get exposed to those different personalities of people, right? You have this common interest, this common thing. And I think that used to be a little, that was something when I was growing up that, I don't want to say common again, but it was ubiquitous, right? You had this group of people that were interested in this thing, and they were all different types of personalities, but here's that unifying factor, right? And that's something we don't really see too much anymore. And even, what do they call it? The death of monoculture, right? We're kind of at that point where even like within the music you listen to, the movies you watch, the shows that you watch, right? It used to be this thing of, there was a universal aspect of, we watch this TV show on Friday night, all my friends watch it, we're kind of collected by this, right? Probably the last version of that would have been like the TGI Friday stuff, Boy Meets World and all that, the older millennial generation, right? So there was that monoculture. We all watched that. We all listened to the same music, same radio station, all that kind of stuff. Now, everything is very fractured, right? Because we all have our own curated internet pages, because the algorithm is trying to tell you, I think you like this, so you get this all the time, right? And so you see all of that occurring. And so when that is happening, it's even more important to go outside your comfort space, talk to people who might have the same interests but are totally different than you. Right? And I think people are realizing that now, that if you have nothing, or you perceive to have nothing in common, you have to learn how to have things in common again. And then from there, that's when you start building communities again. And so that's part of this. And I know it sounds like this huge lofty thing of like, oh, we make knives and stuff, right? And it's like, it's not that important, dude, just relax. And they say, no, because it's all related, right?
Exactly.
It becomes part of who you are to a degree, right? Because when people see you make knives, they're like, oh, you make knives? Are you make horseshoes? No. Because everybody was asking you, do you shoe horses?
Yep.
It's like, if I shoed horses, I would have a house.
Exactly. I wouldn't be doing this market if I was shoeing horses.
You couldn't afford me if I was shooing horses.
Kyler and I have a bunch of buddies that are all farriers, and Bernie. I'm like, dude, I need to get into this.
Oh, those
I
dudes
think about
make
it
bank,
for like
man.
5 more minutes. I'm like, I hate this idea. This sounds terrible.
But they make so much money.
But at what cost?
I know.
Yeah.
Just it's a lot of work. It's really crazy, you know.
Working with like $1 million animals.
Yeah.
I fuck up basic shit with the knives. I don't want to go over there and like fuck up somebody's horse that they paid an arm and a leg for.
Literally.
Yep. And then I'm on the hook for all that.
I'm sorry I damaged your $850,000 equine.
Oh.
You know.
It's that old joke. How do you become a millionaire raising horses? Start as a billionaire.
Well, it's the knife maker one too. How do you become $1 million knife maker?
Yep.
You start with $2 million.
Exactly.
You know. It's interesting, right? When you what is it? There's that saying of there comes a point where people forget that the very poor who don't really care about anything, or I shouldn't say that, but who don't seem to care about much, to the very rich who don't seem to care about much, and just kind of the overall attitude is the same, but for different reasons.
Right.
You know, and what do they call it? The fuck you money, right? Yeah. When you get to that point, I don't know. I'm always leery about that point, because when you get to the point of fuck you money, that means you're also at the point of, well, fuck that person too. And then what does that do to you as a person? See, and then I go all existential crisis and go down that rabbit hole of, oh, what does that mean philosophically? How does this fit under the full Schopenhauer ideology of what makes man, or Kierkegaard? And, you know. And that's the other problem with knife making as a full-time thing. It gives you a lot of time to read.
Yeah.
I've read way too much. I am way too smart for doing what I do.
That's everybody though. We're all like that. You don't get into knife making as layman. Everybody I know is super intelligent and deep thinkers.
That's very true.
And they all come to that point of existential crisis, and we all deal with it in our own ways. Some of us shut ourselves up in a forge in the middle of nowhere and just go on with our lives. Some of us go out into the world and try to experience everything else. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that.
And that's the rough thing. And you're very right. It's because I think about everybody that I've known that has been doing this for a long time, right? And it's true. I haven't really met anyone who I would consider unintelligent, right? And I guess I guess it'd be wrong to say that, because everybody has their own degrees of intelligence. But I mean, as in the ability to hold a conversation, right? I haven't met anyone yet who won't talk your ear off about basically everything.
Right.
Right? You know, which is it's happening right here.
That's what this is supposed to be.
Exactly. And that's something interesting to me about, like you said, with the whole community. It is very welcoming. It's full of a lot of intelligent people, you know. But at the same time, that can be a hindrance to invite the community in.
Right.
You know. And I see that sometimes, because it already looks like a club, but you're not invited. And that's the other thing. I think that's why I like doing the open forages. I like posting a lot of silly stuff all the time, right? Because I don't want everyone to think that this is just serious all the time, and you can't, right? Or that once again goes back to all of life. You can't be that serious all the time, because you'll go crazy. You know, life will eat you up if you're just serious all the time. You know, as I was saying the other day, in a very strange predicament, it is full of whimsy. I'm very whimsical. You have to be whimsical.
Oh no, it's true though. That's like you're either whimsy and everything's like good and you just deal with whatever comes, or you're stressing out all the time and you hate yourself.
Yeah.
Everything's going terrible.
And then you hate yourself, and then you hate everybody around you that isn't you, and then it's a vicious cycle.
It just spirals from there.
No.
Yeah.
And it is not fun. Nobody wants to live like that. Nobody wants to be around you.
No.
You know? That's one of those things, right? Especially if you're single for a long time, right? Moving into the relationship portion of this. No, but if you're single for a long time, and if you don't work through that in a good way, you end up resenting not just yourself for not putting yourself out there, but resenting other people for not recognizing, hey, I'm a good person.
Right.
And it becomes harsh, and you lose a little bit of yourself in that, and so you have to. And that's the other thing too. The world is always so busy, you can't take time to step back and focus on what you're thinking and how to get out of that rut, and how to change your life for the better. And then a lot of people can't afford a therapist or therapy or any of that kind of stuff. So either you turn to something to numb the pain, right? Whether it be drinking or drugs or whatever you do, and then if you're not careful, that always ends up going down a dark road too. So once again, it's always about some type of balance and trying to figure out how you fit. But that's been everybody. That's all the time.
Yeah.
Right? It's trying to figure out where you fit within not only your own world, but in the grand scheme of things.
I think that's the problem with most people, and definitely I struggled with this for a long time, is like feeling like, oh, I'm the only one that's ever had to deal with this, and why don't I fit in anywhere? And then I get out and I talk with people, and I have good friends that I can be like, hey man, this is how I'm feeling, like set me on the right course. They remind me that that's just, everybody feels like that.
Yeah.
And you're not special, but that's okay. And the fact that you're not special is even better, because you know that everybody's dealing with this shit too.
Yep. It's ironic, right? It's that thing of, oh, you're not special, nobody's special, but you are special.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, you're special because you're you. Now, that doesn't mean everybody likes you. You barely like you, right? We all go through that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the price, and then it goes back to that thing, right, of the mentor-mentee type of thing, right? You have to feel like you can be able to express yourself in the way you need to, and especially as men, that is a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
I see that changing though, and I'm glad about that, because I've always been a sensitive boy, all that stuff, and I think it's okay now. Like, you got your friends, you got your good friends. It's all right to tell your friends, I love you, now get out, you have to balance it in that way. And that's the thing, careful. Like I was telling you earlier, I lost my best friend, Josh. I've known 37 years, he just died yesterday. And it wasn't a surprise. I knew it was coming. He'd been sick for a while and everything. So mentally I'd kind of prepared for it, but it's that thing of like, oh, we're not going to joke anymore.
Right.
I'm not going to see him anymore. Not going to be able to talk to him anymore. And maybe that's the thing of, it used to be that death was around every corner. You always thought about it a lot. So it influenced on how you thought about life.
Yeah.
Not to say, there's death all the time, but maybe we don't think about it enough to a degree, right? It's like, how your death is going to be determined not always by your life, but what you feel about death will determine your life.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that got me. And yeah, I know he'd call me a mariposa. Not that he's Puerto Rican, but I'm censoring for YouTube.
There you go. Yes, this is for the algorithm.
Yes, for the algorithm.
It doesn't understand Spanish.
I don't know, it might now.
Let's hope not. It's getting us canceled already, man.
I'm trying.
It's fucked up.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So, and it's interesting because it's all jobs, right?
Yep.
Everything, no matter what you do as your job, because unless you can really compartmentalize your brain, right? Everything is going to overlap into something else, right? Your day job is going to overlap into what you do at night, and what you do at night will eventually overlap in your day job, and it's always kind of just figuring out those little balance of things.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
Yeah.
And that's the difficulty of growing up, of maturing, and understanding things about yourself that I think, bringing it back to the knife making thing, it informs all of your decisions, right? Because there is a level of, you can do this as a professional, but there are sacrifices that you'll have to make to do it as a professional, right? You have to kind of figure out what your wants are, right? And if you can live a very simple life and not have a lot, or don't really find you don't find a woman who wants that much. That's the hard part, right? Then you'll be okay,
Yep.
right? But life is what it is, and if you're signing on to love somebody and care about somebody, there's certain expectations that have to be met, and those are things you got to talk about early on. Like, okay, well, I don't know if I can provide those things for you. You have to talk about that sort of thing. And then that doesn't guarantee anything either.
No.
But as long as you put it out there, and they say the discussion was had, then you make the decisions, because once again, tomorrow is a different day, and it's going to change again down the line. You can make all the plans you want. What's that saying? You want to make God laugh, tell me your plans, right? Kind of the same thing. That's why.
That's true. Yeah.
Are we getting too deep?
No, I love this. This is perfect. I love the deep conversations, and I'm glad that I wasn't sure how this was going to go.
Why?
I've known you for a long time, but I don't think we've ever sat down and had just a conversation one-on-one.
No, not
outside
really.
of board. I ran into you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Gino's. Good subs.
I'm over there all the time now for work. I'm I wonder if I'll see Tobin again.
Dude, every chance I get, I do go out there, because I freaking love that place.
Yeah.
Because I was working at Hobby Middle School, and I would just drive up there. I was like, I'm leaving campus. So I'd go grab a sub and come back.
Dude, that was one of the best subs I've had in a long time.
Really?
It was great food.
It is. It's really awesome.
Good
I
people.
like it. What's funny is, so that little corner store right there, and I don't know if I told you when I was there, but a caddy corner across the street, where the post office is, there used to be a neighborhood there. And back in, was it 93, 94, so when I was a junior and senior in high school, my dad's a contractor, right? We built that neighborhood.
Really?
We did 4 of the 5 houses. No, 6 houses that were in that neighborhood. And for the time, right, that part of Huebner, that part of San Antonio, was a little bit more upscale, right? So for 1993, 94, these were, I think, $850,000, $900,000 homes, right?
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
No.
And they were really nice. Had all the amenities for the time and everything. And I used to go to school at Our Lady of the Lake, and every now and then I'd drive out there, right? Go look at that, because look at those houses there, and then did a couple of houses at the Dominion too, right? So a couple of $5-10 million homes as well.
Upscale.
Yeah. And so, remember Vinny Donegro? You ever heard of him? He used to be a basketball player for the Spurs. Yeah, we redid the basketball court in his house.
Really?
Yeah, we did that job too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so we did that, and I was driving through the neighborhood at that time, and I was like, they still look really nice. And then when I moved back to that side of town in 2002, would have been, they were gone. They were basically empty. The whole neighborhood was just kind of gone.
Yeah.
And then they tore everything down. And it's just that thing of, wow, all of that time, effort, and money.
Right.
And it was only here for maybe 10, 12 years.
It's just gone.
And just gone. And now, what is it? There's it's offices, some sort of.
Yeah, something like that. There's the post office.
Yeah, all that. So
it's like business.
Yeah.
Businesses now.
So, just kind of the idea of there was a home there eventually, and now it's gone. And it was just kind of weird to me, because I really like those houses. They're cool.
Start getting a little existential again.
Yeah. They were neat, but and then of course going back, and then eventually, I still remember when Gino's was actually a gas station, because I used to put gas there. And then I was like, it's a sandwich shop now, so gotta go check it out. Yeah, that place is good.
That's great.
I will drive what is it, half an hour from here, right?
I think so, yeah.
Take me about half an hour to get there. It's worth it. Well, it's like when I used to live over on the north side of town, over by the medical center. I would drive all the way down here, because there's that chicken place across the street, right?
I've still not tried them.
You haven't?
every time I'm over here, they're closed.
Oh yeah, they're closed on the weekends.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I'm always looking at like, man, that looks like it'd be great.
Yep.
I got to go sometime.
One of these days.
I've actually got a buddy that lives like 10 minutes from here. Whenever I go visit him, I might just swing by.
You need to go. You need to grab some of the chicken because it's. See, so you're young. There was a thing about Church's Chicken in the early '90s, right? And I've mentioned it to people before, and they get all like glassy-eyed and nostalgic about it, right? Because something about Church's Chicken in the early '90s was freaking awesome, and then it's changed, like right in the mid '90s. This is Church's Chicken in the early '90s because the owner, Hector, who's also my landlord here and for this building, he owns several of the properties around here. He used to work for churches, and so he decided to go out on his own. Took that formulation and said, "I'm going to kind of do it the same way."
There we go.
And there we go. And so
Nice.
he kind of does it the same way, not exactly the same
got
way
its
for
own
legal
flair.
reasons, but yeah, he added his own little flair to it, and it's awesome and it's really good. And I would drive from the north side of town all the way down here just to pick up that chicken, you know, and only because recommendation of you ever met Brian and John, JB Knife and Tool guys?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
their recommendation.
Oh, really?
It's like, oh, you gotta come check it out. Come check it out. And so we would come here to eat every now and then. And then they're the ones who found this building, and that's what eventually led to, hey, we're gonna move the shop. We're gonna be over here. Do you want in? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And this was like in May of 2018. And so by June of 2018, I was already about to get divorced and everything. I was like, perfect. I'm moving to this side of town.
There we go.
So I am now on
Made
the
it easier.
southeast side of San Antonio. So here we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
Well, we're coming up on an hour. Do you want to keep going, or I don't want to keep you too long.
No problem.
Awesome.
You got any other questions or anything? I know I've said a lot of stuff.
No, it's great. I wanted to talk about like what is your favorite piece. I don't know if you still have it or if you just want to talk about it.
I can actually. It's right there on the wall. You want to grab it?
Which one?
That one right at the end.
This one?
Yep.
Awesome.
So
There you go.
this piece in particular, I made this one back, I think, in 2017. Right? And
I'm seeing a little inspiration. with
yeah,
This one.
well, and that's the kind of thing. So this is 2018. This is 2026, right? So there's still little bits and pieces,
Right.
overlap and everything, which is funny because this piece of choya and this piece of choya I got at the same time.
Oh,
So
really?
I've had it for that long, you know? And sometimes it's hard to find interesting pieces like that fit the hand, right? Or at least around here, right? And so I've had these forever. This is sort of the new interpretation of this. But this is kind of the one that changed my way of thinking about things, right? Because at the time, the handle was, it had to be the handle that like everybody else was making, the same
Right.
sort of idea. And then I thought, well, why? I like this piece, it looks neat. So I sculpted it. I put the epoxy putty inside. I did the little designs and everything in the middle of it, added a little copper over here, and just decided to do something fun, right? And this one sold. It sold back in 2020. I have no idea what happened to the guy that bought it.
He just disappeared?
This was during the COVID. I shouldn't say during the unknown mysterious illness from some
Yes.
country that we shall not discuss.
Shut down the world for
Yes, they shut
2
down the
years.
world in 2020, and I emailed and I never heard back or anything. So I don't know if the person who bought this is still around or what, but it stays here until I hear from them. And they let me know, which is funny because that knife right there in the middle and this one over here as well, same story.
Really?
These are people that have bought it. I emailed them back. It's like, go ahead and finish payment and all that kind of stuff. And I'll get it shipped out and sent to you.
Yep.
Never heard from them again.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
You know? So it's like, okay. And it turns out I've heard from several other makers that that's a common story. You remember
okay.
Ray Kirk?
Yeah.
Ray has a knife that's been sitting on his desk for like 15 years at this point. Might be 20 by this point.
Damn.
And he's like, I don't know who got it. Somebody bought it.
It's going to stay there until they pick it up?
Until
or-
that's it,
Yeah.
you know? And And so yeah, this one to me is kind of the transition point from the way I used to do things to the way I do things now, right? And so this is still one of my favorite pieces because it looks interesting. It has a very strange handle.
I love that antler in the cholla and everything.
Yeah,
that looks sick.
And it's got that little point, like it looks like it was grown.
Right.
Right. So it has that look to it and everything. So
it's got that old school flair that I love.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
And I think, and that's the thing, right? Of doing this is always about trying to find. Well, once again, back to music, right? You're all using the same notes, a lot of the same instruments, but so many people can come up with so many different type of sounds and everything, right? You're always looking for your unique style.
Sweet, yeah.
So like I was saying, I believe it's the aliens that...
And Bigfoot. Don't forget about Bigfoot.
Well, no, Bigfoot is an alien.
Oh,
and so a lot of people don't know
that makes sense.
He is an alien from the inner core of the Earth and the undersphere, which... Well, I don't know. You got to talk to Jason.
Oh, my bad. I can't say that, can I? Damn it.
The losers of World War II.
There you go.
We can't say Schnazi.
Yes.
You know? Thank you, YouTube.
Oh, but...
sponsored by Big Red.
We had it's getting us canceled again.
Oh, damn, sorry. Big Red Barbecue. It's a San Antonio staple.
Amen.
Yes. Must happen.
Yeah. But we had the camera got a little overheated, and we had to put it in the fridge for a little bit. But you and I have been talking, and Kyler, and you were telling me about you're gonna do a like event.
Yeah,
on Friday,
July 3rd. Yep. So Friday, July 3rd, since we're part of the River Arts District here, we're gonna go ahead and have a art event, but it's going to be mostly knife makers, and we're going to be doing demos. We're here on southeast side of town, South Presa, right? 4223 South Presa. Come on down, enjoy it. We've got a bar across the street. We got Bond's Rock Bar across the street.
Hell yeah.
Which means, and they have 2002 drink prices.
Oh.
So boom, everybody's got to go over there.
So I'm here no matter what.
No matter what, something's happening at the bar or something's happening here. It's going to be a busy block. We're doing stuff. It is the day before America 250. We're going to blow up something.
Hell yeah.
Intentionally. We're gonna.
That's what I said. I was like, I'll be damned if I don't blow up a small part of my country to celebrate my country.
That's dang right.
Yep.
We will be singing along all the way. Fuck yeah. America!
Amen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to have a whole bunch of people out here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all artists and vendors.
Yeah, we're going to be having different knife makers, some different artists and makers from town and everything.
Bunch of cool people.
A lot of cool people.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of interesting stuff happening. And it's just a way to have fun.
Yeah.
Right?
You're going to be doing some demos and things, you said?
We'll be forging out a couple of things, just... heck, we might even have a small band playing here. I'm trying to see if I can get a couple of other people to set up.
Heck yeah.
You know? So we might have like a little jazz combo playing outside.
That'd be awesome.
So that way we can feel fancy for a little while.
I'll bring my smoking jacket.
Oh yes, bring the smoking. The smoking jacket is always required. That's important. So, smoking is allowed at Stonehaven Knife Works.
But not vaping.
But not vaping.
Yes.
Vaping is not allowed here whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot vape in my shop, and you cannot make Crocodile Dundee jokes in my shop. You can't walk in here and say, "That's not a knife. That's a knife." Nope, I'm going to escort you out. You are not allowed in here.
Yep.
You are going to be punished for a week. So that's just the way it goes.
Is there like a grace period? Like if I spend a certain amount of time without those jokes,
you got to pay your way back in.
Bribe you.
Yep. It's all about the bribery. You got to give a tip for the mental anguish you caused of making a Crocodile Dundee quote.
Oh.
So many times I've heard it. It just drives you crazy after a while.
I was telling Kyler about just all the dumb crap that I hear when I did markets and things from these little old men talking about knives and trying to buy my anvil out from under me.
Wait, did they make a good offer, or were they trying to do like $1 a pound?
Yeah. It's like, I'll give you $300 for it. I was like, hell no, dude.
Well, how about I'll give you half a pig and
You know what? Meat's expensive. I might take that offer. Yeah,
I don't know. Depends on the pig.
that's true.
Now, is it one of like those Spanish porcines that they feed with the walnuts and the
Yeah.
acorns and everything? I'd
Dude,
pay
you're
for
making me
that.
hungry now.
I know. Pork is always good. Forget. Oh, I won't say anything. I'll stop. I'm gonna stop myself right there because I was like, we will not. I don't want to get you demonetized.
I know. I knew where that one was.
Yeah, you were.
But
Pork is your friend. So.
thank you so much for being on here. Man.
You're
This
welcome.
has been fantastic.
Good to have you.
Like, I can't believe it's been this long that we haven't. I've known you and we haven't sat down and
Yeah,
chit chatted and shot the shit.
Usually it's just, oh, we're doing knife stuff. We're making knife stuff.
Exactly,
Yeah. It's rare. It's
No.
rare that I sit down and talk, but
I love it. It's been awesome.
these
Thank
are the
you.
inner. You were exposed to the inner thoughts, and now your followers are exposed to the inner thoughts.
It's unfortunate,
God be with all of you for that. Okay.
but no, seriously, man. Thank you for having us out here and just all the stuff that you do for the community and everything.
You're welcome.
It's fantastic.
Anytime, I'll be on again.
There, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay,
now.
no problem.
But yeah, so thank y'all for watching, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll see you out there on the 3rd, right?
Yep, July
3rd?
3rd, 6 p.m.
Perfect.
Yep,
Awesome.
San Antonio, Southeast, Stonehaven Knife Works.
Yep.
You can look it up, Google Maps.
Find it everywhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're popular.
Go harass him on Instagram.
I like it. Harass me, please.
Awesome. Well, we'll see y'all on the next one.